Had to climb on the roof of the car to get this shot. The Ojibwe. And this is birthed in Sarnia, Ontario. Looks like it's having some maintenance done. And this is a classic laker. Isn't even a self-unloader. Does, however, have a bow thruster has been installed at some point. You can see the hole down there by the water line. But otherwise, it's pretty pure lake boat. The stern of the Ojibwe. And we have the Saginaw. Same ownership. I will confirm when I get home which shipping line this is. This one's not quite a pure laker, in that it has been modified to be a self-unloader. You can see the boom there, but it does still retain the pilot house in the bows. I don't know what percentage of lakers have had the self-unloader added. I always thought it'd be interesting to build a model of a laker. And once again, this is in Sarnia, Ontario. Well, it says this is Lower Lakes Towing, so maybe that's the current owner. Oh, we can see the bow. Now it has the image of a bow thruster there, so I'm assuming it does in fact have a bow thruster. And there is the kind of the head structure of the soft unloader. A lot of them actually have it coming out from the stern. This design has it basically behind the pilot house. The pilot house looks like it's been raised compared to the Ojibwe. Now this is Canada Steamship Lines. This is the Niagara. They're working on the bow thruster. Now, of course, kids are screaming in the car for some bizarre reason. Can't get a full shot of it. We'll go to the other end of the slip here, get another shot of its stern. And of course, this one doesn't have a pilot house in the bow. Everything is concentrated back there in the stern. Now over there is the Cargill bulk terminals here in Sarnia. And way over there, over these two tugs, you can just see the bow of the last ship I filmed over there. Zoom in on it. I'm only assuming I'm filming it. I can't see over all the sunlight that's washing out my screen. Here's the stern of the Niagara. Here's another shot. And apparently the ship is having work done to its bow thruster. And also of interest in the harbor is we have, appears to be a work barge. Looks like it's got a couple legs that can go down. Fairly old link belt crane on it. And probably the tiniest, cutest little tugboat I've ever seen. Not much to this thing. It's registered in Toronto. And of course in behind we have once again the elevators of Cargill's Sarnia facility. Just get a few more shots of this work barge here. And of course we have our absolutely tiny little tugboat for it. Not a large crane, but I'm sure it's sufficient for whatever it is they're doing. There's oftentimes work barges and environmental cleanup ships parked here in Sarnia's harbor. And we've got another shot, of course, of the elevator. And that big tall gray building there in the middle of it, it's actually on rollers. It can roll back and forth along the length of the pier. We're just walking around the Great Lakes model here in Sarnia. And this is a little model of the Great Lakes filled with water. They painted it blue. It used to just be plain concrete. And theoretically, we're right about there, supposedly, at the moment. No? Sorry. We're here. This is where we are. because that's Windsor and Detroit down there, making this Lake Erie. And of course there's Lake Ontario, taking in what Lake Erie can send her. Niagara Falls just isn't quite as spectacular in this scale. Lake Ontario, and they just don't seem to do the St. Lawrence River justice. Thousand Islands is definitely more impressive in person than this. The kids scattered to get out of the shot of Lake Huron, Lake Michigan, and Lake Superior over there, and of course then we've got the St. Clair River in behind. Viewing platform here so you can get some altitude of the Great Lakes Great Ponds. And of course there's that CSL Niagara in the background, and the Sarnia terminals for Cargill in the background. At any rate, this feature is visible on Google Maps satellite view. If you ever want to check that out, it's kind of cool. And of course, this is a great place to watch the St. Clair River by. And of course, there is the United States, just in case you don't recognize your self-portrait. And that bridge has been up for as many years as I've been coming here. And further to the south, on the Canadian side, are all the refineries. At nighttime, they're quite an interesting view, all lit up. So here's the view on Google Maps satellite view, and you can see the map of the Great Lakes that you can walk around. Over here is the viewing platform we were on. Of course, this ship was not there when we were. And if we zoom out, this is the main slip in Sarnia, and the Canada Steamship Lines Niagara was here, and that is the bulk terminal for agricultural products. It's run by Cargill. Up here was where the two ships that were undergoing repairs were. And if I back it out a bit farther, that's the Blue Water Bridge, and we were right here. Actually, this is Point Edward. We were looking across to Port Huron. And the neat thing is if you don't move your mouse and you keep zooming out, you end up with real life, and it zooms out right, basically to put your pointer right where you had it on the Great Lakes map. And of course the blue dot, that's where I am right now, supposedly. This is a bit of a piss off. I don't know how long this has been closed off for, but this is the CN tunnel going under the St. Clair River. You can see the modern bore on the right and the old one on the left, and down here you can see a pedestrian bridge going across, and it used to be a great place just to sit and stand and watch trains go. They've got it fenced off at either end. I mean, it's a pedestrian bridge, for crying out loud. So now you have to stand on this road bridge. It's under construction, and you can't easily look up at the CN yard to see if anything's coming. I don't know what the issue is. I don't know if this was blocked off last year. I don't know if last year we stood on this bridge, but it was something we used to do when we came to Sarnia. Hopefully we're not getting too much wind noise here. But it was a great place to watch trains come out and into the tunnel. This one snuck up on us. The American Spirit. This is a big one. We just finished having supper under the Blue Water Bridge. This is also a self-unloader. Hopefully you can see some detail, seeing as the sun's almost behind it. Of course, this is a more modern lake boat with no pilot house in the bow. And that's the American Spirit. Like I said, I'm sorry about being silhouetted against the sun. Maybe a stern shot as it sails out into Lake Huron will turn out a bit better. The sun silhouetting everything. Definitely a big one. Been a busy day for ships today.